Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so the Lakers have interest in Lauri Markkanen, which is not a surprise at all. I think that the fit is seamless. He's one of the more ideal pieces that the Lakers should likely want next to Bron and AD. You can put him at the 3 very comfortably, as we saw him do in Cleveland for a year, and have that length, the stretch the floor ability, which is kind of what I've been describing that I want for the Lakers. Maybe somebody who can come in, play some 4 as well when we want to slip Bron to the bench or AD to the bench. We got a 7-footer there that can spread the floor as well as anyone, and I really am a fan of what he's going to bring to the table for us, specifically in this fit, as well as what his game is in general. But I think what it comes down to is, how do we make it happen? Well, an opt-in from D'Lo will get it done. You can swap that out and then just add other stuff like picks, obviously, to that. I'd imagine Utah's going to want a lot of picks. All of our picks probably to get Markkanen if you want to do a D'Lo swap. But D'Lo would have to agree to opt in, and I don't see why he would do that unless he just can't get the money elsewhere. I don't think Utah would be his ideal preferred destination. So what you're also looking at is maybe picks, sending them back. Vanderbilt, of course, that's who we got him from. And maybe like Gabe Vincent, if they would be so kind. But that would be very kind to them. So, to be honest with you, I'm all for getting a Lauri Markkanen if we can do it without giving up all of our picks. And given how conservative the Lakers have been with picks, I think they're going to try to pull it off without giving up all 3 for Markkanen. Probably going to take 2 and maybe some seconds. Maybe they try to take Rui Hachimura from us instead of Gabe Vincent, combination of Rui and Austin and something like that. But I think the Lakers are likely going to be trying to move D'Lo in that trade. And if push comes to shove, we can do an opt-in and find a 3rd spot for D'Lo that may be willing to give Utah a different salary match, possibly. And then we can have Markkanen come back our way. That's a means to an end if we can get it done. So that is what we're hearing right now. Markkanen is one of 3 teams, the Lakers are, that are going to be heavily pursuing him this offseason. So I like it. I would be excited about that. I would imagine 17 overall would be involved in that. And for me, I'd want to use 17 on a Markkanen-like piece. So if we can get Markkanen with the 17th pick, that's not going to hold up the deal for me. I'll be happy to throw that pick in this year, because all I'm going to do is draft somebody I think is like Markkanen any damn way. That's what I would do. Somebody who can kind of do the things that I expect, that play that role. So yeah, if that would be something I'd be willing to do. Consider that a first rounder and maybe probably another one, and then maybe a bunch of seconds or something like that. And D'Lo's opt-in, assuming he would agree to such. As I said earlier this morning, I know a lot of people think D'Lo's going to get more money on the market. I absolutely challenge that. I just don't think that he's going to have too many opportunities to get more than $18 million or $17 million for which he can opt into for this season. Maybe play up his value and then try to test the market again if I'm right. Because it would be obviously expiring. So that's one of those situations where I'm like, all right, well, maybe if I'm right about that this falls into our favor and we could do this trade for D'Lo. In the event we do the trade for D'Lo, we bring in Markkanen. We love that we have that piece. Now we have a new hole, which is point guard. So that's something that we need to start thinking about. Like, how do we fill in the point guard position? I know Colin Sexton was another player the Lakers were rumored to be interested in, but his contract is like at $18 million. And I don't think I'd be interested in acquiring that from the Utah Jazz. But in a Markkanen trade, you can totally see the Lakers opting to try to get Markkanen to be paired with Sexton. But that's like almost $40 million being swapped out. Now, if you can get them to take Gabe Vincent and D'Lo, then all you got to do is add another like $8 million or something like that. Probably Rui or something like that, and probably get it done. But you're going to have to throw a lot of picks in that, because Gabe Vincent doesn't have that type of value, and we're talking about Danny Ainge. So he ain't going to want to do that. So I don't really see a path to us getting Sexton, nor do I think that this contract is of value at this point based on that truth. But $17 million of Lauri Markkanen for the next 2 years is great. Definitely love him at $17 million a year. So I think that's going to be a very expensive trade, man. You have to trade away a lot of picks to make Danny Ainge actually interested in doing that. And for marketing, I think the piece will be worth it to the Laker front office. I would have a limit on how much equity I'd want to send out personally, but I don't know that the Lakers do. I really don't. I think a lot of people truly believe that if you have an opportunity at a championship, you got to throw all your picks out there and just give yourself an opportunity to, like, I just don't believe in that. I don't think that I should ever sign up to have a risk where the year that I'm playing in, I can't shift to a rebuild if guys get hurt. My pick doesn't count. You know what I mean? It's going to Utah. What does Utah need with another first-round pick in this situation? So that's why I'm like, look, they already got our 27 pick. You're going to be on the hook for them for all of your picks over the next several years. And there's a reason why they want to do business with you in that way. It's because they're not counting on you being any good, which is why they would want to trade for all your first-rounders. I don't trust that. Danny Ainge is a Celtic to his heart. So if he's doing anything for us, chances are it's because he sees something down the pipeline that's going to hurt us. And so that's what I believe. Now, as we look forward, you have to also wonder if teams are going to outbid us for him. We're going to have to throw in 3 picks and Austin Reeves and all that to get Lauri Markkanen in. Like I said, there's a limit. I know he's a great fit to what we have, but if you're going to gut yourself and create more problems for bringing him in, then that's exactly what you got to be able to be prepared for. And you're going to have it in mind that certain things are solidified. When you make certain trades, it's like, okay, we have this, and this, and all we need is that. Well, if you're pushing away a whole lot of things that you need, now you're going to have new holes that you need to try to fill. And that's the concern with this 3-star model. But Lauri Markkanen, I would not consider a 3-star model player only because he's at $17 million. So he's a 3rd star, but he ain't getting paid like one. So there is a way for you to swindle somehow, maybe as another way to get some more talent on the team next to him. So that's why his contract is so desirable, because it's very cost effective. Now, of course, next season you're going to have to consider trying to re-sign him at a price that he's actually going to want, which is, if he plays as well as we hope he will, probably above $30 million a year. So it's almost like an extended rental in a way. That's why I don't want to give away too many super futures for that type of situation. But in the event the logic is to try to throw it all in to win now, then of course I think it makes sense. So that's not the logic I work with. As you guys know, I'm actually very much against stuff like this. I desperately want my team to work in a way that respects our future and doesn't allow us to have seasons where we win 30 games and the pick be like non-existent, like we're gonna have next year. If for some reason things go wrong, our pick goes, of course, to New Orleans. And then 26 we have, which we'll likely trade now, and then 27 goes to Utah. So it's like, if any of those years suck, you guys, it don't matter as far as us thinking we're gonna get better. We're not. If we happen to earn the 1st overall pick, it's going to New Orleans, it's going to Utah. So it's like, I know a lot of people don't value draft picks at all as it pertains to these type of situations, but I think we already have enough of our draft equity thrown into what it is we have on the floor. That's the key to all of this. If you're a team with a lot of picks, like this New York Knicks, one could argue they didn't go all in because they got so many picks, or Oklahoma City, who has a chance at a championship. You can argue that they've been a little too conservative because they got a bunch of picks and they didn't throw it into the roster that they have an opportunity to have right now. The Lakers, they already mortgage all their picks. Most of that stuff is realized on the floor. So for me, I don't think the obligation with that logic is necessary for me to go further all in. I don't. Because you didn't ate up all these damn picks. We didn't already mortgage half our damn picks. So why is it that we would be obligated by way of that logic to do more? I don't think that is a guilt trip you're going to be able to pull on me if I'm your GM or your owner. I'm not going to actually do that. So that's how I look at it, man. A lot of the stuff that the Lakers did, I wouldn't have did, and we'd be in a much better position, in my opinion, if we didn't do any of those things. So, hey, man, this Lauri Markkanen trade, It's just yet another one, to be honest with you, if it's going to cost me picks other than 17. If it's going to cost me 17 and in the year 28 and 26, I'm not going to look at that as a good trade. It's a great fit for today's roster. I don't think the investment's worth it. I just don't. It's not worth it when I know that this guy is going to retire, LeBron is, and then I'm going to have a sucky team. And my value is going to be really good in somebody else's hands. Probably more valuable than it is right now because your team is going to suck. And the draft will likely be very good. So these are the type of things that I'm not going to let happen. I'm just not. And people can just get mad at me for being a conservative GM or however you want to say it. Bron, leave. I mean, I don't allow people to guilt trip me into making decisions that I know gonna make me unhappy tomorrow. I'm not gonna do that. So the Lakers GM and how we are operating is thinking the opposite way. And they're going all in for LeBron James. And if that's what is going to keep him happy, then I'd imagine that's something they feel they need to do. I was listening to Trevor Lane talk about how, what are the Lakers going to do? Posing the question, if LeBron walks, what are we going to do? I don't know. I truly don't know. But what I can tell you is I'm not going to dig myself further into a hole to keep him. I'll tell you that. That's my answer to that. Like, I can be upset that I've already mortgaged 25 and now have a season ahead that really sucks and live with that. What I'm not going to do is keep putting myself in that same situation that I have to live with for 25 in 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30 because somebody's guilt tripping me into trying to worry about what that looks like for 25 when I have to go through the reality of that. You see what I'm saying? If it's such a bad reality, why would I reinforce more of it in the future? It's just, you're not going to be able to guilt trip me into doing more than I think I should at all. Like, I'm not wired to even capitulate to that. I'm not. I've already mortgaged so much for Anthony Davis. I've already mismanaged so many other assets as well, which is why we only have but so much. And you want me to mismanage what we have now so that you can have an opportunity at a championship? That's cool. You know how deep the West is? We can do all that stupid stuff and still find ourselves with the 17th overall pick next year. And guess who gets that pick? New Orleans. And you would have mortgaged more of your picks again. It's like, somebody got to realize capping that off is what's going to save us from more of what is inevitably bad for 25, which is whatever the hell we do, we ain't getting a pick for it. You don't want to keep on signing up for that. Because what ends up happening is LeBron James still on the team, and he's going to keep on, as he gets older, keep on keeping you in that space. Well, what are you going to do if I leave? You're going to keep on hearing that every year. The more you mortgage, the more he wants you to mortgage. Clutch going to be calling like, okay, well, we don't want this player no more. You got to throw in 2030 pick and 2031 pick because I'm trying to get this guy. Nah, I don't want to do that. I did that in 24. Well, what are you going to do if I leave? It's like at some point in time, we got to say, yo, I don't doubt that it's going to suck if you leave, but it also sucks if you're here and you're asking us to keep on doing stuff like this. Nah, bro. Some point in time, I got to say, you know what? I'm just inevitably going to have headaches. 2025 and 2027 is going to happen. But what doesn't need to happen is for me to keep on pushing more of that for which we hate into this pile for which we've been investing for the last 6 years and has only gotten us one championship. This is going to be enough. Make it freaking work. We've invested enough. This is what you have. We can shift stuff around, but as far as me mortgaging more in my future, you can't make that make sense to me, and you can't make me fear sucking enough to keep on making it so that I'm gonna suck even more for doing it, for doing what this is. This is not, all you doing is making me see more years of that in my head. I just see more years down the road that I'm gonna hate the hell out of my roster and have no way to fix it, and Bron's gonna be long retired, and that's what I see there. So you can't actually guilt trip me into thinking that I need to fear what happens if he leaves, because I more so fear what happens if he stays and we keep doing this. You see what I'm saying? So that's my reaction to that. What are we gonna do? Not keep digging a hole. That's what we're gonna do. We're going to not keep digging a hole. We'll swallow 25, we'll swallow 27, but we're not going to turn 26 and 28 into 25 and 27 since we already know those 2 years could potentially suck. Now, if he wants to help keep us from falling into that space as a tribute to us already mortgaging 25 and 27 for him, then that'll be something we can really celebrate because we got somebody who understands we've already invested so much and it ain't in our best interest to keep investing. But if somebody say, what have you done for me lately every single time? And we don't have enough to show that this even makes any sense to continue to invest in. We're just doing it because we want to respect him. Bro, when are we going to start respecting ourselves? That's my thing. Dudes don't respect us at all. They want us to draft this guy, hire that guy for them. Pay this amount, give that no trade clause on the contract, keep this player. We want this guy, he don't even fit. Oh, we don't care. Undo that because we don't like it now. Like we didn't already did all of this. Undo it. Like you forced us to do this. Now you want us to undo it and it costs us 25 to undo it? Like I invested too much and people are still in this boat. And my thing is, nah, fam, I'm not pushing LeBron out the door, but it's not like I'm about to be guilt tripped into continuing making the same damn mistakes that got us in this situation in the first place. This is not a good situation. So if I'm going to fear what happens in a worse situation, then I'm overestimating how bad this is. This is bad in and of itself. Because it ain't an even playing field for me to just let it be and not have to invest anymore. I got to keep pouring too much into it just to keep it here. That's why it's not worth it anymore. You see what I'm saying? If people just play ball and not have any demands at all, then I can play 25 out. Let 26 happen. Get a first round pick in 26. Let 27 happen. Not have my first round pick in 27 and then find myself even at 28. It's already enough poured into this, man. But if I keep giving them 29, giving them 20, 30, giving them 31, them years are going to suck so bad, man. And that's my point of view. That's my point of view. People are saying, where was LeBron before? Where were the Lakers before LeBron got here? We were in the dumps, but we had stuff to trade to get better. How you think we got Anthony Davis in the first place? We had stuff. It may not have been enough to win, but we had enough to trade to win. This guy gonna leave us without enough to trade to win. We're gonna be in a much worse spot, but not because it's just inevitably what happens to the Lakers when LeBron James ain't here. That's bull. That's bull. The reality was we had made some poor decisions that put us in a significantly bad spot before LeBron got here. We did some things we had no business doing then. It's not the Lakers that are just inevitably going to be bad without LeBron James. It's bad decision making that makes the Lakers bad, with or without LeBron James. We got to stop making bad decisions. And what are those decisions that we're making that are bad? Mortgaging future picks. That's the bad. And until people understand that and realize that, knowing damn well that you're not going to get nothing for LeBron James because you're trying to set it up so that he retires in your uniform. So what are you going to receive for him bolting one way or another? Absolutely nothing. So why the hell am I mortgaging to keep him if I know I'm going to lose him for nothing? That doesn't make any sense even furthermore. So what I don't want is what these guys are trying to force us into, which is bad basketball in the start of the 2030s. I don't care for that. I really don't. Even at a chance at a championship, those are still years we got to watch and suck. I could look up at the banner instead of watching that bad basketball on the floor if it makes people feel better. Because that's exactly what's going to be worth watching. It's going to be more fun to watch paint dry than the crap they're going to put together without us getting any young talent throughout the 2030s. It's going to be better to look up at the banner at the top of the building than to watch the crap they got running down there because of the stuff they're doing right now. And they want me to be too stupid to see that. I'm not. I'm really not. So that's the problem, man. Don't mortgage no more of my future, bro. Not for no more pieces for this unit. If anything, you need to be trading this unit for those picks that you need to recover. Just like the Brooklyn Nets are finally understanding and mortgaging all their future for no damn reason. You don't let yourself do that. Because you only got but there's so much of a chance to win a championship even when you do have a contender. Ask Minnesota. Ask the New York Knicks. Ask the Pacers. They ain't win nothing. They have a contender? Yeah. It's only going to be one champion. So as far as I can tell, getting close enough ain't nothing to shoot for, fam. At all. I don't give a damn what the rest of the NBA's on. This is how I think. I don't believe in going all in and nothing if what going all in means is that if someday down the road, if we have a bad injury, I don't get a first overall pick. Do you know how the San Antonio Spurs got Tim Duncan? That way. That way. At the beginning of a good season where they thought they were going to be contenders, David Robinson went down with a season-ending injury. They tanked. They got Tim Duncan. David Robinson came back the next season. They've been a champion ever since. That's how that went. That's exactly how they got Tim Duncan. And you think I'm going to see that in my lifetime and then think it makes sense to mortgage picks for the future when that could happen? Where something like that is actually possible. You think I'm going to think it makes sense to do anything at all that's going to give away picks in the future? Hell no, man. Hell no. Because if the Spurs would have traded that damn pick 2 years prior to that season coming around, the Spurs we knew and understood to be champions would have never manifest. No Tim Duncan. For mortgaging their future. Hell no. Ain't doing that stupid shit. And we need to stop allowing teams to do that stupid shit. So that's my point of view, man. I'm sorry for cussing for those who don't like hearing me speak that way. But, man, this is serious. I'm telling you, it's going to be more exciting to watch the banners themselves hanging than to watch the crap that we're going to have on that floor after this tenure of Lakers is gone. And we ain't going to have no picks to show for it. We're going to suck in the first overall pick going to that damn Jazz that year. And that's going to be a player you really like. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I don't care what nobody thinks. I know better. That is going to be a player you want. BDL 44. I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.